Hello and welcome to The Big Fight. The question of personal law has been debated long and loud in India ever since independence, and particularly specific aspects such as triple talaq. And that individual subject has now once again come back into the headlines after Shayara Banu actually went to the Supreme Court, challenged the practice of triple talaq in one setting, and in her case she got a divorce on a letter with talaq written 3 times or something like that. So she's gone to the Supreme Court and says this is against the law, it's unconstitutional, and actually it's also against the Quran. And now the Supreme Court is going to hear this. It's being opposed by many people, and it is also leading to other questions, and the questions of whether uniform civil code should come and should the entire question of personal law once again be looked into. So we've got a great panel out here who's going to debate this issue. So let me start off by welcoming our very special guest. We have from Lucknow, we're being joined by Maulana Khalid Rashid Firangi Mahalli, who's the Naib Imam of Lucknow's Eshbagh Eidgah. So great to have you with us. Here in the Delhi studio, we have Muhammad Sarur Al-Turabi, who's the spokesperson of the All India Shia Personal Law Board. We have with us Kamal Farooqi, who is the former chairman of the Delhi Minorities Commission and executive member of the Muslim Personal Law Board. Sadia Dehelvi, who is strong objections to many of the positions that Kamal Farooqi has often taken in the past. Always has.
Thank God for that.
Okay, we'll get you to disagree in just a couple of minutes. Dr. Asma Zehra, who's also a member of the Executive Working Committee of the Muslim Personal Law Board. And we have Zakia Soman with us, also founder member of the Bharatiya Muslim Mahila Andolan. Thank you all so much for being with us. Let me just start off with the specific case that has started this, and I want to move to the practice of triple talaq itself. And Zakia ji, maybe you can just help us understand. In this case, Shayara Banu actually was ill-treated apparently by her husband and by her in-laws for a prolonged period of time, then divorced with a triple talaq provision in one letter. So she's objected to that, she's gone to the Supreme Court and she said it's unconstitutional and against the Quran.
Yeah, Shayara was divorced unilaterally and in her absence, and her children were also taken away by the husband. And the divorce was through the triple talaq method, which she has challenged in the court now.
This practice of triple talaq or the issue of triple talaq is blown out of proportion. The method used, okay, now Shayara Banu was ill-treated, and there are reports that she had to go on abortion for 4 to 6 times. And then this person has, given her divorce in 3 times. Yeah. He has said talaq and he has said, okay, now you get out of my life. After that, why does this woman again want to go back to that cruel man?
That is a point that has struck me.
Exit. She's been given a safe doorway to get out of that marriage instead of her being Sadia, poisoned.
From the feminist point of view,
she wants justice. It's not that she wants to go back to that man. She wants justice.
But if she says the divorce is wrong, then she essentially says the divorce should be cancelled, I should be allowed to go back to him. She's not saying that he should be punished. She's not saying that he should be punished for what he did to me.
She's saying to instruct him to take her back in marriage.
Was an unjust manner.
I just want to ask Shayara Banu, why do you want to go back to that?
I'm asking that question. Yeah.
The highest rate of divorce today is in a country called Saudi Arabia, where women are taking the divorce because they are not willing to put up with multiple.
In a year,
we are not willing to put up
now she will give data. Now she will give data. Now she will talk about data.
Wait a minute. I don't, frankly, I almost don't care. It's besides the point what's happening in America, and it's besides the point what's happening in Saudi Arabia. This is India. Can I just ask the question that she raised? And this is something which has actually mystified me about this particular case and other cases, that if there is a husband who's been treating her as badly as this husband apparently has been, why object to the divorce in the first place? I mean, she should be filing a case against him, saying he should be punished for ill-treating me, other things. Maintenance, alimony, and Shah Bano also asking for maintenance more than anything else.
Okay, now let me just come back to you because, last time me and Kamal Farooqi and the others, and including Zakia, I have a very serious problem when you say that triple talaq is un-Islamic, because it is coming from a vast tradition of Islamic jurisprudence. Imam Abu Hanifa legalized it. All the 3 other imams, the greatest imams, So Mr. Farooqi or anybody saying that it's not permissible, it's again is wrong.
No,
one minute.
don't try to put the words into my mouth. Rather,
He
I
actually
was
saying
the
it
one
is
who said it.
permissible.
I was the one who has always been saying
said
it.
it was
No,
un-Islamic.
Sadia, don't try to put the words into my mouth. I
Last
can
time
say
you said this
no,
is
no, no, don't
un-Islamic.
hate. The cards is there.
But
Vikram
let
will
me-
say it.
Wait,
Don't try to put the whole thing into my mouth.
Okay, can I just
Yes,
speak?
Guru, whatever you want to say, say.
One at a time. One at a time.
No,
But
what
Vikram, I'm very happy that the first time on your
No,
media
please,
she's
but you're not
saying that
letting me
it is
I can
Islamic.
quote from
Then she's the
Quran.
concern.
Wait, can I?
The first time she's
Dr. Sarah, one at a time, please.
Discuss
Dr.
all
Sarah, one at a
Can
time. One at a
Can I
time.
complete what
This-
I am saying?
this is a channel that allows people to speak
no,
one at a time.
Please, I want to complete my saying is why Imam Abu Hanifa, the greatest jurist of all times, went against the letter of the Quran to keep the spirit of the Quran, because women were being kept in a constant state of talaq. They were doing talaq every month, and so therefore in the honor to protect women, he went against the law.
Now, let's come to the question around triple talaq. Actually, why don't I get everyone's
I'm
sense?
saying yes, it
Can
was
we
valid.
first? Can
we
we?
need to re-engage, and Imam Abu Hanifa did this to
Are
protect
you saying
women.
it is okay if somebody says talaq, talaq, talaq in
No,
one
I
sitting?
am not saying
Is that a valid divorce? Yes
I
or
am
no?
not
No.
saying that.
It is
I
not
am
okay.
saying something completely different, because when we say this is something is un-Islamic and Islamic,
Okay.
for me, wearing
You're
a
saying
niqab
it may
is
be Islamic, but it's still wrong.
You know,
Okay, you're saying it may
for
be wrong.
him, going to dargah is un-Islamic.
Maulana Firangi Mehli. Okay, one at a time. Please, ladies.
Not hijab.
Let me
Ladies,
finish.
we have a long time to
I'm saying
discuss.
Let her not cross the
You
boundary.
have to let me
The
finish.
topic
because
is not hijab here.
I am
Okay,
saying
please.
this we should not get into the discourse of what is Islamic, what is not
Okay,
Islamic.
I have no intention
we
of,
must
because
let
I'm not
the
a.
courts come in and provide
this is
gender
not.
justice for
This is
everybody.
not a court.
Across
This is neither.
religions.
This is not a place to sort out what is or what is not as per Islamic law. You're saying that the court should
Yes,
come in for that reason
to
because you
provide
can't
gender
decide
justice.
it. So you're saying
is
that
not
because we
un-Islamic.
can't decide it whether it's Islamic or un-Islamic,
There's no
take it to the
agreement.
courts.
There
Okay.
will never be an agreement in Muslim
Maulana Khalid Rashid Firangi Mehli, your take on the Shayara Banu case, and what do you think should be happening in here?
So as far as the issue of triple talaq is concerned, I want to make it very clear that Islamic law or the Muslim personal law is not based only on Quran, it is based on Quran, Hadith, that is the tradition of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And as far as this particular case is concerned, as it has been mentioned that husband has treated his wife very badly and have given and have, as a result of which, a number of abortion and so on has taken place. So this issue must be and this case must be dealt on under the IPC Act, and that person should be punished. Why
Okay.
only the issue of
So
triple
that's-
talaq has been
I'm telling you what the question is.
issue of-
I guess one of the questions, though, Maulana Khalid Rashid, which is relevant, is triple talaq. Yes, there are provisions. Now the question is, what is often the practice here in India? Talaq-e-biddat, or what the specific term for it is. Is that something which should be encouraged, allowed, permitted? Can you have somebody saying talaq, talaq, talaq in one sitting, or should it be done in the manner that has been prescribed over the centuries? There's a correct way of doing it, which you know as well as anybody else does. So that, I guess, is what the debate is. Not that whether, if you're saying talaq over three consecutive months, and that's a different interpretation in Islamic law.
As far as Islamic law is concerned and the Hanafi Maslak is concerned, there is no doubt that if a person give talaq or divorce in a single sitting thrice to his wife, the talaq will take place. However, this system is not and must not be encouraged.
Why is this reform taking so long? Because I remember you and many other people, ever since the Shah Bano case days, and that's what, 30 years ago now? 30 years, 40 years, it's been said, and by leaders of the Muslim community and others said, look, what is happening is wrong. This is something which should be discouraged. It is unfair. It is, you can argue whether it's un-Islamic or not, but it's certainly a wrong practice. Why has the community not moved faster to reform this? Why is it not being said by Maulanas and Imams in every single corner that, look, what you've done is wrong?
Yes, Vikram, I totally agree with you, and you will be happy to note it that we are for it, that in all of our discourse, whether it is the Muslim Personal Law huge meetings, and by the way, I must tell you, Muslim Personal Law Board is the largest organization of the Muslim, having all the maslaks and all other people, and a lot of people.
Sorted it out by now.
We have been, two things are there. One thing is very clear. I'm very happy that today my Sadia Bahan has confirmed that triple talaq is an Islamic. The other day,
It's Islamic.
please,
It's
when
a
you were-
Hanafi law. We
Please,
accept
when you were,
it.
please hold on, hold on.
Why should we look to the Muslim
we don't-
personal law board? You
Okay,
are always obstructing gender justice.
Okay.
What have you come out with?
Could you kindly allow me to? In fact, earlier, rather, they were very skeptic about Muslim personal law board that you don't have any, you don't have any.
NGO.
Please hold on, Sadia, hold on. Yeah, so they were saying that Muslim personal law board doesn't have any the women. You will be very happy to know that almost more than 20% Muslim personal law board has got consistently. Please hold on. So we have the genders, and I would like to show this. This is the nikah-nama which is being presented, model nikah-nama which is being presented by Muslim personal law board for the last almost 18 years. And this,
So therefore,
this in fact, this Vikram, to answer a
You're not
specific
answering-
answer to you, this in fact discouraged triple talaq in one go.
So you don't, fine, I get it. The point is that the Muslim personal law board in a case like this, you will come out and you'll say, well, you know, this is what the husband did is
Wrong.
Is almost, you should be coming out and
It's wrong.
condemning the
Yes,
husband.
it
You
is
should
wrong.
be saying it's wrong. You should be.
What
It's
Dr.
sinful.
Saab has
It's
said.
sinful.
Listen,
What is sinful? The talaq part is sinful or what is
There are two parts. There are two parts to
Dr.
this.
Saab, please. She has very rightly said it, that as far as our present laws are concerned, IPCs are concerned, Shayara Banu has got all our sympathy. That particular gentleman, if at all, he should be hanged for giving the abortion forcefully. He should be hanged also because he is the one who is responsible for it.
violent.
This is-
I'm
it is-
reminded of
he has
politicians
violated.
talking.
He has violated
I'm reminded of
490.
politicians
Listen,
talking.
he is
When
violated
there are so many
498.
problems
Violated.
taking
Why-
place,
why
I have
not-
to try him with that.
Why not come out in defense of Shayara Banu then if she's been ill-treated?
See, one thing, suppose any injustice is done, okay? In case of Pratyusha, you catch Rahul. Why don't you catch Rizwan? The person, the husband, why is the religion attacked? That is the first point I would
no
like to say.
attacking the religion.
Why are you
Fortunately
attacking
not
the
today.
personal law?
Sadia
Why
said
are you
yes.
attacking the
Okay.
personal
Otherwise,
law?
No one attacking. I don't think that's. Okay, can I turn to you? You have not your say yet.
This is
Today you have made a good confession. Good.
What is confession? It's
That
an
you
Islamic
accept it.
tradition,
You
but
have
there are
been
many
agreeing.
Islamic
You have not been
traditions.
agreeing for it, Sadia. You
I've
have always been opposed.
Can I-
It is un-Islamic.
Yes, you have
We'll
not been-
continue this in a
You
minute.
know, there is
We'll-
a Hanafi
Sadia,
law.
everybody knows about your point of view. Everybody knows it.
Would
I-
they allow her to get maintenance? That is the point.
Surely
They
we
will
already have got
obstruct
the
it
law.
against.
We have already have got the law, my dear. We have already got the law wherein
Okay, one
he
sec.
would be she will be compensated in a big way. We already have the law.
Okay, let me turn to you because the Shia Muslim Personal Law Board has a slightly different take on all of this.
In Shia jurisprudence, like we pronounce it fiqh Jafriya also, like verbal 3 talaq is haram. Verbally saying 3 talaq is haram. In Shia if you see Shia Marriage Act or Shia Personal Law Board Marriage Act, we don't require witnesses in nikah. We required trustworthy witnesses for talaq. And without witnesses, nobody can give talaq to anybody. So it is clearly in our sect that we cannot do verbal talaq, 3 times talaq.
They are,
Okay,
they
you-
are nearer
you-
the Quranic
yeah.
position.
Even we are
One-
nearer the
Zakia,
Quranic
Zakia.
position.
The fiqh Jafariya is very
Wait,
progressive.
Sadia, one at a time, yeah.
The Quran has enough number of verses which lay down the procedure for divorce. It lays down emphasis on a 90-day
One
period.
sec, please. Yeah.
A 90-day period where there should be discussion, negotiation, followed by mediation from both sides. There are enough number of verses in the Quran calling for reconciliation between the husband and the wife. And the Quran puts the onus of carrying out this procedure on the husband. Triple talaq is not valid for the Shias. It is not valid in most Muslim countries world over. Triple talaq, the way we see in India, is totally unilateral. It is one-sided. Triple talaq is being sent via SMS, via WhatsApp, via postcard. It causes
In
tremendous suffering to the. Please don't speak when I am speaking.
Okay.
It causes tremendous suffering to the women
Okay.
and the children.
don't.
And
So
this
Dr.
is also, it is also the violation of their Quranic rights is also violation of the constitutional tenets.
I'm going to
of
come
gender
to the
justice.
constitutional tenets
And
in a
that's
couple of
why-
minutes.
And that's why it should be abolished, Vikram.
Okay, so can I ask you,
Divorce is
Dr.
remarriage.
Sarah,
One
Dr.
thing I
Sarah,
would
Dr.
like
Sarah.
to add to her.
Dr.
Divorce
Sarah,
is
you were nodding your
remarriage is
head.
not a problem.
You were nodding.
Just to clarify,
Just
whether she
I would
wants
like to
the
clarify
divorce
a
should be
single
totally
point.
banned. She's my
Just
friend
one
is
No,
asking.
she's
single
saying the
point to
practice
her.
of triple talaq in a single
you-
sitting
are you
should be
agreeing for
banned.
talaq or not?
I
Do you
no,
agree
one
with
minute.
talaq or
Of
not?
course.
What she has said, I would like
One
to
step.
clarify.
Right
One
of
good
talaq
step. At
in
least you
the
agree
Quran
for talaq.
is
No, but
given-
talaq,
Sir,
no one is
that's the problem.
disputing the fact that
That is the
divorce
problem.
can and should happen. There's divorce in all religions, in all communities. That's not the question.
All over, in fact.
The objection
All over.
is to the method, to the unilateralism, and to
The method. So can I ask you?
I would like to take a stand. What she has said. See, two things I would like to clarify first. First of all, there is a procedure for divorce. If you're keeping the woman, keep her with grace. If you're separating, separate with grace. This is the basic rule. If a man misuses the right of divorce and he divorces the wife in a single sitting by saying triple talaq, it is sinful. But the effect of certain words have some legal implications. That is the second part. Okay.
So it is not difficult. So here's my point. If all of you are agreeing that the practice of triple talaq in one sitting is sinful, is wrong, it should be discouraged, it should be done away with, it should whatever, then my simple point to the matter is that surely now when Shayara Banu has come out and is trying to challenge this particular practice, the entire community should say, look, we think she's got a point in saying that this is something that should be done away with. Now, maybe you can't say it's wrong for Quranic and other reasons, but you can say this should be discouraged. There should be a law against this in India, and you should all come on and support it.
At the time of marriage,
Say that there's a law which we will all support.
See, at the time of marriage, when the woman says khubul hai, she accepts. So the validity of marriage starts. Okay, by certain words, even if it is not documented.
You can
the woman says khubul hai, and the minute she accepts, the validity of marriage starts. In the same way, if the husband says
there
certain
are a
words,
large number of countries, including many Muslim and Islamic countries, a large number of Islamic countries do not accept this or allow this to happen. So why should it be allowed in India? That's the question I'm asking you. Because all of you are saying it's wrong. So why do you have a wrong practice that's continuing?
Let me put my point for this.
Because nobody is going to agree on it. We can't.
Everyone's agreeing. They're all saying it's wrong. So actually, let me ask Maulana.
Let me put my point for this. We see this issue of triple talaq as an attempt by the present government to impose the Uniform Civil Code on the community.
So don't allow them to do it. So I'll come to Uniform Civil Code and politics in 2 minutes. Don't allow them to do it by taking the lead yourself. You should come out in support of what Shayara Banu is saying and saying, Shayara, we are supporting you. We agree you've got a point, but this is how we think you should do it. So Maulana Khalid Rashid, let me just come to you on this point. Do you agree that it's a wrong thing to do to send a WhatsApp message to your wife of 30 years saying talak, 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 and that's it, she's divorced? It's not something that should be done. What's your take on it?
See, the law of triple talaq cannot be abolished. However, we are trying to make certain changes in it, and we do not encourage the type of talaq that certain people give by the name of triple talaq. As far as our Islamic law on triple talaq or other laws are concerned, we must keep in mind that in 1954 and then in 1963 and 72, the Honorable Supreme Court in one of its judgment has very clearly said that if a religious community in our country follows certain beliefs and customs based on their religious scriptures, then no court of law shall have the right to abolish them. So we are living in a secular country. We have our constitutional rights to practice our religion in letter and spirit, and we are very rightly doing so.
No, you're missing my point slightly. I'll come to whether the law should or should not intervene in a couple of minutes. Leave the law out of it. Is there anything that the community itself can do to try and make sure it doesn't happen again? You could find all sorts of ways of doing it. There could be a fatwa against it. There could be a decree from you against it. You can say that somebody who does it will be ostracized by society. I mean, there are lots of ways you can do it if you really set your mind to it. After all, we've been trying to find an answer to this for 70 years. So is there anything else that you can think of by which you can make sure that triple talaq in this manner is not carried out any further?
Yeah, you are right. The law of triple talaq cannot be abolished. However, we are trying to find certain ways and means by which if a person give a triple talaq, then he must be somewhat fined by the Darul Qaza or the Darul Ifta, so that this practice is not encouraged further.
If you want to do it, very simple. You can say that somebody who does it in this manner has to pay 80% of his income as maintenance. I mean, there are lots of ways. If you really set your mind to it, you can do it.
1 minute. We have already started. We have started a social reform movement, and there is a social reform.
It's not going very far. Is what I'm questioning.
You are absolutely right. We are with you on this. That,
I'm not being me, I'm actually just asking
you are asking me a question. I'm with you on this, because this is the general feeling of all the Muslim community, including the Muslim Personal Law Board also, and that is what actually we have been discouraging it, and we are absolutely, we have got all the sympathy with Shayara. Whatever best could be done to her, and that stupid husband should be prosecuted in the worst possible circumstance. We have 498, we have the other laws wherein he could be prosecuted. As far as we are concerned, you very rightly said that what you are doing over here. And I tell you, I have been referring it again and again. I would like just 1 minute.
You have a booklet which is circulated.
I want to show it. I want to show it. I would like to show her again. Please read it.
How many people in this audience have read that booklet? Anybody?
How many of them are even aware of
How many of you have heard about that booklet? Nobody. Now, it's not very effective whatever you're doing. That's my simple point. And that's why the call comes and let the courts intervene, because you're not being able to do anything about it.
We are extremely grateful to you. We are extremely grateful to you that you have been asking them and they do not know, at least now through your channel. You would be knowing it. Hold on, yaar, hold on, please. So we are doing it, and how are we doing it? How are we doing it? How are we doing it? Listen, we are a board. We are simply an NGO. We cannot enforce the law. What actually we are doing?
Thank God you can't enforce the law.
Yes, we are.
Yes.
Only stupid would be knowing it that we are
Then
not.
the courts have to enforce the law.
I'm sorry that you do not know anything about Muslim Personal Law Board. You do not know anything about Muslim
Kamal
Personal Law.
Farooqi.
What I'm trying to tell you, sir. What I'm trying to tell you. Why I'm reading this again? Give me just 30 seconds. Just 30 seconds. This is the model nikah-nama which is being
I
implemented.
get it.
Sir, please help me.
I'm sure it's perfect.
Sir,
What do I
I'm
do?
just saying 30 seconds. You are allowing these 3 ladies so much time. Poor
She's
man.
agreeing with you. Don't make it a gender unbalanced issue out here.
This is not fair.
Vikram,
okay.
I am sorry.
Please,
Mr.
please,
Farooqi has
please,
attacked me. I need to respond.
Let him finish reading the nikah-nama.
I'm sorry if you are feeling hurt because you. But I'm sorry.
Let him read from the nikah-nama for 2 seconds. But sir,
sir, so what I'm saying, this is a model nikah-nama which every Muslim should to take it.
Yes.
And what it says that इसमें ये कहा गया है कि किसी शदीद मजबूरी के बगैर तलाक से इज्तनाब करें, यानी कि don't do even तलाक.
Yes.
Not even 3 times, even 1 time don't say. और एक वक्त में तीनों तलाकें देने से बराबर बचते रहिए. आगे जाके point number 9 में कहा गया है.
I love that document. It's a
That's
great
it.
document.
Please,
Why doesn't anybody in this audience know about it?
Now onward, please, your sisters, whenever you get married, use this talak-nama so that your sister.
Now, Kamal Farooqi, let me come to the other point. Now, let me come to the point. You can say if there's an injustice being done, 1 person, 2 people, 100 people, 5,000 people, doesn't matter. If an injustice is being done,
if in one is,
if an injustice is being done,
injustice is wrong.
And you can either say, look, we should not go into uniform civil code, the court should not get into it, the community should sort it out within itself.
That is what Supreme Court has said.
That is what Supreme
I get it.
Court has taken a
I get
stand.
it, right? And the court,
In
now
previous
that's
cases, in all the previous
one
cases.
take is the community should sort it out. Now the community can't sort it out, then that's when the courts have
Community
to
is
step
sorting out. The community
How
is
is the community
community
sorted out?
is concerned. The community is
why
concerned. The
did
Muslim
Shayara-
Personal Law Board is concerned about the condition of the Muslim women, and we can definitely prove that we are getting the survey from across all the family courts and the number of divorce cases in Bombay, Calcutta, Delhi, Hyderabad,
What
all
have
the
you
metro
done
cities.
about it?
It is 350% rise, and it's not in the Muslim community.
Since the Shah Bano case, okay, Dr. Zahra, since the Shah Bano case 30 years ago,
Yes,
has the condition of Muslim women
the Muslim women's
at the
condition
time or after
in the
divorce
Indian
improved
society,
or worse?
in the Indian society, the problems are there in other communities. There are problems in Hindu communities. There are problems in
100%,
Sikh
and the
communities.
same argument
Why
applies
is
in all
there
of
no
them.
such discussion about the problems
course
in
you
other
should have it.
communities?
Let's not
There are
Of course you
problems in living relationships. Okay,
Of course
there
you
is
should
no need to
discuss all
say
of
even
them.
the 3 words talaq. He can just walk out anytime. She has no legal sanctity. So why
If somebody's
our
getting into a
cases,
live-in relationship, they know what that entails.
no,
So
in
if
the
anybody is going
Muslim
without
community,
nikah-nama, what can I
we
do?
have a very clear-cut guidelines. We have a clear-cut
Valid
guidelines.
point.
What can I do if Sadia
Please,
does not know
somebody-
about this? She knows so much thing about personal law. If she does not know this nikah-nama,
Can I upload-
I'm sorry, she does not know it.
Can I upload the nikah-nama on
Yes, so please,
NDTV.com?
it is on my website also.
Okay.
And to refresh
All
your
of you.
memory, to refresh your memory, in last 10 years, many of the newspapers had the headlines nikah-nama when we were having our conventions in Bangalore, Mumbai, every time.
Why
So
do the
it has
courts
been
seem to
discussed
step in
the
your
media
view?
also.